The new Harry Potter game is out, and so is the controversy. Yes, that's right. People are pretending to be angry about J.K. Rowling, who basically said nothing, because we live in a world where you have to make fake controversy and drama in order to make money and keep people's attention. The story from Axios, Hogwarts Legacy game launch becomes referendum on J.K. Rowling. It isn't. It's not. Stephen Totilo is just, you know what, man? I don't even know. Here's what I can tell you. No, it's not. People love Harry Potter. Harry Potter's great. I grew up with it. I'm going to play the game. Don't pre-order. That's the number one rule. You never pre-order a game. But I'm going to buy it. I'm going to play it. It looks like fun. I like the Wizarding World universe stuff. I think the weird prequel movies they did, really bad. But the original books I thought were absolutely fantastic. And I like the lore. So I'll play the game. I don't care about J.K. Rowling. I don't think too much about her. When it comes to the whole issue of trans rights and whatever, she's barely done anything but tweeted like once or twice. And here's how the world works. In the modern era, information is what makes money. We're in the information age. So we need to keep your attention focused on us. That's the product we're producing. Nothing. The same is true for me, the same is true for anybody else. The only thing I can say is, I guess if you like watching me, it makes the business run. And if you think what I have to say is important, then watching me is probably better than watching drama channels that complain about Harry Potter or whatever, claim that she's transphobic. I'll tell you why I want to talk about this. Here's the real world. Harry Potter is fun. The exciting movies. They're talking about doing a reboot, I guess. That'll be interesting. And the lore people love. But if you want to keep someone's attention so that you can sell more advertisements and get money, you need shock content. This is what I absolutely despise about the modern era. I have no intention and no desire of being part of shock content, but I fully understand I am. But here's what I have to say. When I make opinion videos and I make headlines, I actually try and tone them down a little bit. But people accuse me of clickbait and things like that. And it's like, certainly my headlines won't be dry, but I try to make sure that they're all discernibly based in my true opinions. I'm not going to come out and pretend like everybody's screaming about J.K. Rowling, so you click on this video, because they're not. The media will see some tweets, then say, Twitter's in uproar over this, and here's why they're really mad, to manufacture the controversy. Now, again, I fully understand. We all participate, all of us who make content like this, to varying degrees. And so what ends up happening is, and we're all guilty. I'm saying straight up, we're all guilty. And this is why I truly despise a lot of this industry. Someone tweets at J.K. Rowling, and then a bored journalist who has nothing to write about decides, okay, well, this is the story, and grabs a tweet. And then they show the one tweet. Then it gets a bunch of more people to pile on the train. And all of a sudden, people are claiming that J.K. Rowling came out and outright said trans people don't exist, which she never did. That becomes the narrative. Nick Sandman was talking with Ron DeSantis earlier on a panel, and he makes a really good example of this. He's a kid who was standing on stairs, looked at some Native American guy, walked in his face, and he's just like, okay. And then the media lied. So while I can certainly say, you and I right now are participating in the attention economy, and it's creepy, and there's problems with it. But at least, I feel, man, I'm not going to pretend to be perfect. I'm just going to say what the people do in the mainstream media and the corporate press is evil. And I can't say that I'm perfect, but man, I just try to avoid this nonsense and this garbage. But you know what worries me, I suppose? There's a reason why Axios wrote this story. Because it will get clicks. Now, I got to be honest with you. I could have covered something way different that would get more clicks. Take a look at my video tab on this page, for instance, and you'll see that since I started doing my 6 p.m. segments again, they're cultural based, personal commentary on videos and things like that, much lighter. And they are getting many more views. One of the videos, hundreds of 600,000, 500,000. It's crazy. Here's the thing. If I want to make tons of money, I can see it and I know it. If I make videos predominantly about like wokeness backfiring or feminism backfiring, holy crap, the views go through the roof. But if I don't care about something, I'm not going to do that. This is what they do in the corporate press. So I have a video. Let me see if I can take a look over here in the back end and take a look at one of my videos. I did one about this woman trying to lift a squat record. 600,000 views. I mean, it's just absolutely insane. It's a video where a woman asks for help because she can't lift something up. I thought it was genuinely interesting, and I gave you my thoughts. Look, maybe the guys didn't hear. Maybe they're wearing earbuds. 600,000 views. If I want to make money, how about I just stop making videos like this? Stop talking about these things and just do that. Boy, the money is hot. Because I want to talk about what I care about, or I don't want to talk about anything at all. Last Friday, I decided, you know what? I'm not doing a segment. On my Timcast channel, I did not do a segment. People were like, yo, Tim, where's your 4 p.m.? Because we really want to watch. And I'm like, you know, there's this old story. I don't know if it's true because I haven't been around this long, but they say that back in the day, the BBC would actually run, there is no news today. Thank you for watching. And it would just be like nothing because there was no news today. Nothing to tell you. Things are just going along. Then the 24-hour news cycle came along and they started selling ads, and they're trying to figure out how can we get more revenue? How can we make more money? And well, that's what you get. Shock content. People trying to figure out what shocking and insane thing they can talk about. And the sad thing is people care about people. No, hold on. Don't get me wrong. It's good that people care about people. But what I'm talking about is you could have like a video game come out and people want the drama and the shock. So they say, ooh, let's write about J.K. Rowling. And they do. I'll give you an example of what grinds my gears. And I've told this story before, so if you've heard it, you'll hear it again, as you often may. When I worked for Fusion, the Ghost in the Shell movie was coming out. And apparently some people on Twitter were complaining that Scarlett Johansson was a white woman playing a character based off of an anime who is Japanese. The Major from Ghost in the Shell, Japanese. She's actually a robot. She's a human in a prosthetic body, meaning your ghost or your entity is transferred to a prosthetic body because her body was destroyed. She basically died. And I'm in this meeting and they're like, oh, wow, you know, people are really upset about this whitewashing where they made a white actress play a Japanese character. And I said, you know, I'm a big fan of Ghost in the Shell. I'm in the meeting and I'm like, I'm a big fan of Ghost in the Shell. And I gotta tell you, like, this is perfectly in line with the theme of the show, of the manga, of the concept that you can transcend your own body. In fact, I think it's actually in line with views of like trans issues because, you know, a person could be male and then transfer their ghost into like maybe like a female body, or a person could be white and then experience life as like a black person or something. And they were like, nope, it's racist. We're running with it's racist. And I'm like, but nobody's thinking that. Nobody cares. The idea is that you can change. You know what, man? You take a look at that show, Altered Carbon, and it's similar. It's like your brain is downloaded into a thing in your neck, and then you can transfer it to other bodies or whatever. It's like the media industry and YouTube. It's just everybody. Drama. Talk about people. It's mind-numbing, isn't it? It's funny because I addressed this the other day, and I specifically was talking about the Young Turks because I've been saying this nonstop. I love the how this works. Let me let's get into it. Let's break it down. So I say all the time, I've been talking about this for months, and I say it all the time. I'd love to just go live in my van down by the river. Shout out to Chris Farley, rest in peace. But quite literally, I have the van. It's got solar power. It's got a PlayStation. It's got a monitor, and I've only used it a couple times. And I'm like, life would be so much easier. I would want for nothing more than enough money to eat, get to look at the stars and skate and mind my own business. I've talked about that. And recently I said, if there's one thing that really makes me just not want to be involved in any of this, it's the drama style garbage. And I specifically referenced the Young Turks because that's what they do. High profile, multi-million subscriber platform that takes quotes from me out of context. And then of course, people started saying I was talking about the quartering. And I was threatening to quit over people being mad at me about Eliza Blue. And I'm like, that's just literally not true. But that's the point. There are people who don't watch my channel, who aren't members at timcast.com, who don't care about anything having to do with me until they can make it about petty drama. You know, people care about people. That's it. And so I see this story about J.K. Rowling. Nobody really cares about this. You know, I'm willing to bet this video does not get that much traffic because the subject matter is J.K. Rowling, media claims J.K. Rowling under fire when new video game comes out or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure out what the title is, but that's the general idea. And it's not the case. Nobody cares. Literally nobody cares. You know, there's that old saying, it's like small people care about people, you know, some people care about ideas or something like that. I can't remember the exact phrasing. But this is what I find. You go on YouTube, you go on CNN. Let me just say this. You know what bothers me about Trump derangement syndrome? Is that Trump didn't do anything. It's like he did so little, and they're so angry. And there are so many people who have insert personality derangement syndrome. And I'm just like, I don't care. Donald Trump was president. He did a really good job. You've got people with Andrew Tate derangement syndrome. And I'm like, show me the facts and evidence that prove he did something wrong. I'm not going to sit here and badmouth a guy that's not been even charged with any crime. But the drama, he's a trafficker. I'm like, no. You know, so what am I willing to talk about? The ideas around it. You know, why are humans like this? I'd love to have a conversation with Elon Musk about this one, to be honest. His vision for humanity going to Mars. If humans are but simple creatures who only care for the human experience and what it means for one person to say one thing and they want gossip, hot goss, well, then what does that mean for the rest of humanity? For those of us that want to travel to the stars, that want to see the system improve, that want people's lives to get better, that want them to have a good existence with their kids. I don't know, man. Whatever. I hope you enjoy these 6 p.m. segments because these are very much randomer. Yeah, I'll leave it there. I got a lot more to say about a lot of stuff, but I'm not really here to talk about the video game itself. I'll play it. It looks fun. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, dude, no one cares about this. You go out. Look, I'll say one last thing. I'm hanging out at the casino. Been playing Hold'em, having a blast. Been picking it up quick. I've always known how to play, but I did some studying. And last weekend I was at a 300. I'll put it this way: $300 max buy-in. Dropped down, very little money. Had to buy back in, but then I went from $600 to $1,200. $600 at this table. I had this massive stack. Made some good calls. Played right. Played in position better. All this stuff, and I'm just having fun. You know why I'm having fun? You know why I'm talking about it? Is because when you're sitting there, everybody's laughing, making jokes, and they're not talking about this. And I get it. So many people talk about go touch grass. I go to the skate park. I talk to people. We don't talk about this stuff. Nobody cares. It is funny, however, when I'm sitting at this table and there are people who know me and they're like, let's talk about the balloon, man. And I'm like, yeah, the balloon. Even the people who know me don't want to talk about the people. We want to talk about the consequences, the ideas, the economy, the infrastructure, the war. That's what I want to talk about. If you want to talk about people, maybe it's not the right channel for you, man. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up in a few minutes. Stick around and I'll see you all shortly.